Hello and welcome to Forgotten Temples, Cambodia. Now, a bit of an unusual opening, and what I want you to do is have a look in this frame, this picture that you're seeing, and tell me what is different. Now, whilst you're studying, trying to work out the odd thing, I'm going to say a quick thank you to a couple of people, and it'd be very brief. To Simon Jeffries, you absolute sweetheart, thank you. To a chap named as Guerrero, I hope I'm getting that right, a massive thank you to you as well. And there's two Pauls I must thank. There's a normal, sensible Paul, and there's a Paul that lives in Los Angeles, who we can only assume is a bit of a nutter. I've been there, and most people are. And of course I say that with great affection, LA Paul. So, thank you all for your wonderful support, for they have dropped a few coins in my Patreon account, and that address is on the screen. And if you can just sprinkle a few coins, and I'm not talking much, to help me get some petrol, some gasoline to get me further down that dusty track, I would be truly grateful. And that address is patreon.com/temples. Simple as that. Now then, you've had your time to consider what is so different about this opening shot then? Well, I'm sitting on a throne, kind of. Look at this. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen when templing, because you know I love nature and temples coming together. Well, look at this. This block is suspended in the air. I'm about 10 feet up. It's been quite the scramble to get up here, because what was here was a wall. You see, it would have gone down there and down there, but alas, tumble, tumble, it has gone. But one stone was held in the firm embrace of this mighty tree. And what it's done, it's now suspended in the air as they've grown together, and it has created this ancient throne. And it is beautiful, isn't it? But the rest is pretty damn good as well. So, just over there is a fantastic temple. Time to hold my hand and come and see something that is truly magnificent. Whoa! I'm down from the tree, and that is a fantastic throne, isn't it? And where am I? Well, it's about time I told you. I'm at Phnea Kol, and I've been here before, strangely. But you know what? I didn't think the film did it justice, because this quickly went into my top 10. For through this doorway is a wonderful gateway at the back, and it's all very jungly and lovely, and there's a vaulted room which is, well, it's to be discovered, because it's kind of locked away and nobody goes in it. But guess what? You and me are going in. So it's through this doorway we scamper and let the adventures begin. And let's get inside and see what we find as we go through the doorway. And first, I spy snakes. But there's no need to be afraid, for this is a Garuda. And look there, you can even see the details of his teeth. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? This is fine art. It's ancient fine art at that. A fantastic find I rarely see. But we cannot dwell, for we have to move on. And through the doorway we go into the main part of the complex. And there's not an awful lot to see from this angle, but I assure you there is an absolute treat. We just have to go that way. But there's also some other buildings just to our right here. If we look over there, you can see there's a construction, but a much larger one just in front of us now. This is absolutely fascinating. And have a look at that curved roof. This really is a thing of beauty and mystery. Right, now I've jumped in front of the camera again, and that's purely to give you a bit of perspective, because I'm going to show you this detailing and so on in a moment. But to me, there's nothing quite as interesting apart from the crunch, which we love on this channel. If you're getting the crunch, you're doing something different with your day. And that, of course, is the dried leaves. But down here is a little elusive doorway. So I'm going to grab the camera from the cameraman. Thank you, Mr. Cameraman. And I'm going to take you down here. But as I said, let's have a quick look at this detailing. and have a look at this. There's my finger now. It is so laborious doing this, and bear in mind this has been here nearly 1,000 years and it still looks absolutely fantastic as well as mysterious. Now I'm gonna have to do an awful lot of clambering here to get down. Oh gosh, right, oh golly go. Right, give me a moment, you have to stick with me, you know, when we do things like this. I've already bloody drawn blood today. Right, oh there's a big spider's web. Yesy, right in the face. Oh, that was a tremendous one. Okay, now we're into this chamber. Now let me get into the corner here that has the sunlight glistening. And this is what we see. Doesn't it look all very Neolithic? It's absolutely beautiful. And on the ground here is this almighty plinth. Let me just put my foot next to it so you can see how mighty it is. That is an absolute whopper. Now obviously there would have been a statue or something of that sort on there, and this is where he would have resided, but he of course would have known it in better days. But my goodness, this really is a beautiful room. And now some of those blocks have fallen. We can see nature just popping its head through, but still an incredibly serene place. And from our little secret vaulted place, we gently scan to the left, and there was another room here once. Can you see it? But alas, long gone. Now this is what captured me. When I turned round this bend, I looked through the greenery and saw this. I mean, if anything personifies what temple hunting's all about, I think this view does it very well. Right, so let's move on through the crunch and have a look what we find. I'm going to have to be really careful here. And there's something that always gives me the fears, you see. See these blocks? They are big. And if my phone goes between those, then I am knackered. Also, it is the perfect recipe for twisting or breaking your ankle. Not to mention, of course, the snakes and the scorpions. And in the fields, of course, the danger of landmines. Oh, yes, and when it rains, the leeches. And let's not forget those little darlings. And here it is. This is that gateway that excited me so. And I think you could see why. It is an absolute treasure. I mean, if one was to come here and just have your packed lunch or meditate or, you know, enjoy an ice cream, whatever your fancy, then surely that would be a day worthy of remembering. Now let me clamber up so I can take you in. Okay, so here we go. Oh, one firm grip. Go for the 3 points of contact. In my case, 2, because I have to carry a phone. I have to carry you, don't I? Wow, just look at it. It's always worthy. Moments like this in life, you take a pause and just drink it in, because you're not going to get another moment, are you? That's just as good as this. So tread gently. See, there's these giant vines that come down, and let's have a peek through to the right. And who knows, you know, what was in here. I mean, it's a doorway, obviously, but what whispers, what words were spoken here. And looking out the back, you know, the view would have gone on for miles. And through here, you would have seen wooden buildings. You would have seen inhabitation. There would be dogs barking. There would be cattle. There would be children running around and old people gossiping. But it's all gone now, and it's all gone deathly quiet. But, my goodness, they are not forgotten, which is, you know, a jolly good thing. And finally, we have that last doorway, which was on our left as we entered. And look at this masonry. It really is something special. And this, as the way we entered, would have been the view, although we're somewhat elevated. Now let me get back up here for you. And what we can see, let me just sit down, is that is the doorway, or the gateway where we first came in. So all this would have been a large courtyard. All this area here with a temple over here and a smaller temple over here. But now it's really just the walls and the two gateways. So there you go. Now then, you've probably noticed I didn't tell you an awful lot about this temple. Well, a lot of the history, of course, is lost to time. But I don't think I have to, because this that you see on your screen, this view, explains it all. It is such a beautiful place. And as I always say to people, what I show you on camera in these short 10 minutes, it's never the full story. I don't have the time to walk you around the walls and show you all those little details I spy. Otherwise, we'd have cut shot after cut shot. It is purely to give you a flavour. And if there is a flavour to this temple, there's the calling of a bird. It's nature and the temple itself bound together so beautifully. Until next time, this has been Mr. B of Forgotten Temples, Cambodia. Please like, subscribe, and of course send me comments. I do love hearing from you. Until next time, I wish you absolutely nothing but the very best.